Hey guys, this is Kelly Hansen with 5 Mile Flyers. I am going to give you an update on some of my beehives. Some good news, some bad news. I've actually already been out and recording most, or what you're getting ready to see I've already recorded, so I'm recording the intro now as I didn't have much battery life, as you'll find out in the video. My phones keep going dead. But we had some disaster. I'll explain a little bit there at the end. All the links I talked about during the video, I'm going to try to link them down in the bottom of the description. If I don't forget, I'll try to do that. I apologize if I don't. If I don't, let me know if you need something, and I'll link to them if I forget any of them. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. I have a couple questions that I asked in the video. If you wouldn't mind commenting those below, and any suggestions for a late start with a no queen for fall. I'm in Oklahoma, and we're still sitting mid-90s, and we've probably got another month and a half, maybe 2 months before it starts getting cold and we get into fall weather. Hopefully we go a little longer than that, but and if you guys know of any places to get queens, please let me know. I need them bad. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. And if you like the video and you want to see more, I'm going to try to get better about doing some every week. Hit that bell, and I appreciate it, and you guys have a good day. Happy beekeeping. Alright, so we're going to start our first inspection here. This is my last nuke that I split, or actually came from a nuke to a tin frame, and we're going to check the progress on this. It hasn't been checked in about 2 weeks. So we're going to give them a little sugar water as flow's starting to slow down, and we're going to also check about frame status and see how full they are. It looks like they maybe have 2-3 frames to go. So we'll go ahead and pull the frame out here and slide everything over and start doing an inspection here. On this side. Just pull it there. Take your tool like this. Put it up here. There you go. Go ahead and set it next to the box, against the box. Try to get my smoker going here.
Yeah, they got it glued together down here.
Spread it apart. My wife is joining me doing this. So this is, I think, her second time out here. Third time out here. So let's take a look at that. Looks like they're getting that maybe cleaned up and ready to go. Maybe, I think flow might be picking up. We just had a good couple storms roll through, so they might be getting this one ready to start and put some honey in or something. We're also going to do a mite inspection. We're going to check to see how our mite levels are and in some of our bigger hives, and we'll go ahead and we'll treat them all if we have a mite issue, but we'll get to that here just in a little bit. Bees are looking good. There's a good group of pollen right there on that guy, which is good to see because there hasn't been very much. Looks like there's a lot of pollen actually in this frame, so that's really good. Looks like we got some capped honey there. It looks really good. Yeah, everything's looking really, really good. Alright. Careful your frame, you're hitting your bees on this side. This was a 2-frame split off of our biggest hive. And that's been about 2 months ago that split happened, and we put them in this green nuke for a little while, just get them started, and we moved them into this tin frame about 2 weeks ago. So it looks like they're doing really well. We've been feeding them some. We've been feeding them some larvae, or giving them some larvae here. So try to get their numbers boosted. Everything's looking really well. There's some larvae down there, fresh larvae, and you got some breaking out here. You got some getting cleaned out. There's a nice drawn out comb. I don't know if you can see it. Can I touch your deal here?
What are they carrying that's
Kind of
larva? Or what's
see
that?
all the larvae right there.
That white thing.
Right there. And that's a good question. If any of you guys know what this is, post down in the comments below and let me know what that is. It looks like larvae maybe they're pulling out. I can't really tell, but maybe they're cleaning it. Maybe that's a mite issue. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you know what that is. I've never seen that before. I'm not seeing any beetles. We've been fighting beetles just a little bit lately, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a couple Swiffer mops in here in the next day or two. I'm hoping I got it under control. I put some peppermint out here, and I'm hoping that runs them off, and it helped with the ants. I don't have any ant issues anymore, so we'll see if we can kill the hive beetles with this as well. So I'll run them off. Looking really good. There's some more larvae that's not capped yet. Got some honey up here in each corner. It's looking really good. Yeah, everything's looking really well. I don't see the queen yet, but that's okay. We'll keep looking for her. We got some drones. I noticed one of my hives that I have at my parents' house, the drone population's pretty low. Looks like there's a queen cell they're working on. So I don't know, maybe something happened to the queen, but there's some pretty fresh larvae in here. Ranging in all ranges of age, it looks like. We'll keep looking. In between the boards, babe. There you go. Some more brood going. Looks really well. A couple pieces of pollen in there too, it looks like.
What's that right there? Another queen cell?
Yeah, there is another queen still there. Doesn't have any larvae in it.
Pollen in there.
Yep. We're going to be feeding these guys some sugar water 1-to-1. I've also mixed up the Fat Bee Man's brood recipe to try to help increase some brood here real quick before winter hits. And it's April 1st, so we're going to start, or August 1st. We're going to be running out of time for them to get this hive up, and I'm trying to give them everything I possibly can. So see if we can strengthen some numbers here for the fall flow, and see if we can't get ahead just a little bit, or else we'll have to feed these guys a little bit during winter and hope they make it, which I'm hoping for a pretty light winter this year here in Oklahoma.
Oh, sorry, I had to save the bee. I don't think I saved him.
Try to get you guys a good shot here. Looks like this is starting to be a good honey frame. Maybe it's where they laid a little bit, because I believe this frame was one frame that was fairly full at one time with brood. Population has definitely doubled in here, if not tripled. It was a pretty light population a while back. Frame looks really nice.
I don't see it.
Definitely spotty, but still don't see the queen. But we might have missed her on one of those earlier frames, but Or that might be one of the reasons for one of the queen cells back there in that second frame that we took out.
So what's all this right here, honey?
Yep, all this up through here is all honey. It looks like it's actually sugar water. I'm assuming because that's what I've been feeding, and we haven't had much of a flow. So it looks like they've got this all ready for storage. So, all right. If you guys can see that down in there. Down there working.
Yeah, I thought she might be in here, but I
There's
don't
another
see
bee
her.
with some pollen. Yeah. I just don't see the queen anywhere. We'll keep an eye out.
One more frame she might be on.
Hanging on there for dear life. Yeah, they're drawing out this. This wasn't drawn out last time I was in here. Obviously it looks pretty fresh. And you can tell they've got it all set up for honey storage, and I don't see any brood or anything in it or getting ready or any signs of her lying in here. So definitely honey storage. And it looks like the end, so I'm going to put the camera down for a minute, and I'm going to grab some sugar water here, and we're going to get them fed and get that all taken care of. So we'll be back with you in just a second. Alright guys, so this is the hive we were just working in, and I just put 1 gallon of water in there, or sugar water in there, so they're good. We're moving on to this one, which is my second hive that I've had, that I first started with. And we're going to do a mite test on this one, as well as do a hive inspection, a thorough hive inspection, probably of both brood boxes. Just because we've had a lot of moths, the weather's kind of changed a little bit, it's starting to cool off, and we've been having such an issue with beetles. So we're going to do probably a pretty good inspection of this, and I'm going to have to help her a little bit as she's never done most of this before. And I'll record what I can and film what I can and bring you guys along for much as we can here. So this hive, this frame was installed on 7/11/18, so, and it's already drawn out, so their sugar intake has been really good. Looks like they got a lot of new comb. So let me pull out here and let me see what I can. Let me pull a couple frames out and we'll get going here, and then I'll get you guys up to speed. Alright guys, so there might be a little lapse in the video here. My wife's phone went dead and mine's being a little cantankerous here, so bear with us as we try to piece this together. But I was just saying that last frame, I don't know if you guys were able to see it, I'll have to wait until I look at footage, but there was probably 6 or 7 queen cells, but I'm not seeing any drone brood at all.
What's going on up here?
So they're gathered at the dinner table eating honey there. It was just stuck together to the other frame, and they made a ladder to go across.
Alright.
So we'll get through this last one. I'll probably stop recording and we'll grab some bees, and I'll show you how I'm going to do my mite test and see if we have any mites. Alright guys, so it has been a little longer than I planned since I cut off a few minutes ago to save some battery. But I had a little incident. After we did that beetle inspection, I jumped to my next 2 hives and found out that I am queenless. I have no queens at all, no brood, no nothing. In fact, one of my hives doesn't have very much honey or pollen or anything. So I called a friend of mine, and he says I'm due for some mated queens. So I am on the search for mated queens now. Hopefully I can find something here pretty soon, as we're getting ready to start cooling down. And he said that his hives that he has here just near me, they're already starting to lay. He's got like 7 or 8 frames of brood in one hive. So I've got to get going. I don't have any drones in 2 of my hives, and I don't have any queen cells in the other ones other than what we showed you. So he recommended a company out of Georgia that has queens for $18 right now. So I'm going to try to get my hands on some queens and get my fall brood going. And hopefully, one was my super strong hive, and I might have to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully the queens come through, and hopefully they still have some and they take off and they don't reject them, and we can get laying right away. So alright guys, so I lost the video for the outro for this video, so I'm reshooting it real quick. We're gonna call it a quits here, and this weekend, which is actually today, we're gonna jump into the hive here in just a few minutes and do another inspection. I just can't, I don't understand what's going on. So we're gonna get in here one more time, see if we can figure out what's going on, and hopefully find a queen. I don't know what's going to happen. So let me get suited up, and I'll link to part 2 here in just a few minutes. I'll put a link in the description or up here in the corner of the video, and we'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.